Okay, today I want to talk about a concept that could very well be killing your business. And I know this because honestly, I think it was killing mine. See, I like to do business in a way that is quote unquote just super ethical. I don't want anyone to think that I'm being salesy or I'm trying too hard to get clients or doing something that would be not so nice to others, even if it's legal. And that's led me to make a few mistakes, honestly, in my business by thinking that some things weren't ethical when they actually are ethical. A good example of this is for a long time in this info space, there's a lot of people who just thought that selling is inherently bad. Like if you sell anything to your audience, you're just not a good person, which I truly don't believe to be true because selling is an exchange of value. And if you've got something that actually lives up to the claims that you're saying it does, then you should totally sell it. Imagine if someone never sold us iPhones or MacBooks because they were scared to sell. The problem is when you're selling something that you know doesn't live up to what you're promising that it does. That's like the disconnect there. And that's why it's so prevalent in the info space. Is because how do you judge how good an info product is? It's tough. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. There's some things that don't seem ethical that are extremely ethical. And the one thing that I was missing, that I really feel like a lot of you guys might be as well, was using urgency and scarcity enough. Pushing people over the edge when they're ready to make a decision. And by over the edge, I don't mean buying. That's the biggest difference here. You're not forcing someone to buy. You're forcing someone to decide. Because buying might not always be in their best interest, but deciding is. Let me tell you how this works scientifically. So we talk about this in my high ticket program a lot. We talk about pain. Pain is why we all take action. And the equation for taking action is when the pain of inaction is greater than the pain of action. Meaning that if you feel worse doing nothing than you feel taking the action, you will do the thing. It's kind of like hitting rock bottom. If you get so overweight that it's so painful to you mentally, than just working out, then guess what? You'll probably go work out. But the killer is procrastination. It is a nasty little thing. And it's a very smart hack that your brain uses a lot. And what procrastination does, it tricks your brain into avoiding both forms of pain. So because you procrastinate, meaning you don't do the action, you don't have to face the pain of action. And because you trick yourself, fool yourself into thinking you're going to do it later, you also don't feel the full pain of inaction because you're getting that dopamine of thinking, I'm going to do this thing, just not right now. So you're avoiding both forms of pain, but you're not getting rid of them. You're just avoiding it until later it usually becomes worse. And so by forcing someone to make a decision, now you're helping them to actually face the pain and decide. A good example of this, a basic example, is 15% off for first-time customers. You put in your email address. What they're doing is they're forcing you to decide, do you want to give us your email or not? Because this offer only stands for right now, first-time visitor of the website, and they're forcing you to decide versus you just putting it off later and not doing anything about it. And so urgency and scarcity is a very, very powerful tool. And I just kind of messed this up and I'm having to redo it I'm putting out this massive free masterclass, the biggest video I've ever put out on the main channel. And I'm trying to encourage people to watch it now. So there's no downside for them to watching this video. It's thousands of dollars of paid stuff for free that will help them change their life forever. But I know if I let procrastination win, it's going to hurt them. So I used a very nice, real, ethical reason why they have to watch it now. And I really think it's going to double the video. Just adding this one bit of urgency and scarcity. And if you want to know more about the tactics of urgency and scarcity, I think Alex Hormozi goes over a bunch in the $100 million offers book. I'm not going to tell you guys because he did it better than me, so go check out that book. But basically, urgency is basically like time is running out. And scarcity means supply is running out. And if you give your human brain a chance, it will procrastinate, man. There's just something about us. We love to procrastinate because we get to avoid both forms of pain for nothing. It doesn't cost anything. You just don't do anything. So just a little tip, like use urgency and scarcity in all that you do, but use it ethically. That's the real difference here. It should be real urgency or real scarcity. If you're going to run the same webinar every week, then don't say it's the last one ever. That's crazy. Don't say only 2 spots left if you're going to sell everyone into it anyways. So don't lie. That's misleading, and that's the best way to have your customers immediately mistrust or not trust you as soon as they buy, is by you lying to them. But figure out what is real, what is ethical, and use that urgency and scarcity to get rid of procrastination to help them decide. They don't have to buy. They just need to decide. So hopefully this helps you guys, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video.